All right, today we're doing lesson 13-3, Write Numerical Expressions. A baker packages 12 cupcakes to a box. Sean orders 5 boxes for his sister's graduation party and 3.5 boxes for the variety show party. Write an expression that shows the calculations you could use to find the number of cupcakes Sean orders, the total number of cupcakes. So, a couple of different ways you can do this. You could say he has 12 cupcakes to a box, so we know there's 12 in a box. So we could multiply that by he has 5 boxes and 3.5 boxes. So when we solve that, we wind up with 12 times 8.5. And multiply that, we get 102. It's one way. Another way is 12 boxes. We can mentally add 5 and 3.5 and get 102 boxes. You could also divide it up and say 12 times 5 plus 12 times 3.5. And you could do it that way. Oops. 42. Sorry about that. A couple different ways you can solve them. So we're using parentheses here. I didn't really use order of operations, but I use parentheses. And we do what's inside the parentheses first, and then we do what's outside the parentheses. And on the next page, how can you write a numerical expression to record calculations? A school auditorium has 546 seats on the main floor and 102 in the balcony. Every seat is filled for all of the variety show performances. Write an expression that shows the calculations you could use to determine how many tickets were sold. So one way you could do it is add 546 plus 102 to find the total number of seats and then multiply that by 4. You could write out an equation. 4 times 546 plus 102, and that's what we did over here. Remember, parentheses show which calculation you do first. Why do some numerical expressions contain parentheses? Parentheses are one way to show what calculation needs to be done first. So it's going to indicate the first calculation. Show how to use a property to write an equivalent expression for 9 times 7, open parentheses, 7 plus 44. So what you can do is use the distributive property, distribute the 9. We can say 9 times 7 plus 9 times 44 using the distributive property. Using the commutative property, you can also do it like this. You can change the order of things. You're still going to get the same answer for all of them. And add 8 and 7, then multiply by 2. So when they're telling you to add first and then multiply by 2, you know that does not follow PEMDAS. Some people call this PEMDAS. Or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So they're telling you to add first, and you know you don't add first when you follow PEMDAS. You do parentheses first, though, so we can put our adding inside parentheses there. Find triple the difference between 44.75 and 22.8. So we want to triple, which is 3, the difference between these two values. So inside parentheses, because we want it to follow order of operations. So we're going to solve what's inside first, and then we'll multiply. Multiply 4 times 7/8 and then add 12. Now in this one, we can use order of operations. 4 times 7/8 plus 12. We don't need parentheses because we know we're always going to multiply first. So we'll always be doing this part first. Add 49 to the quotient of 125 divided by 5. 49 plus 125 divided by 5. Or you can even write this one, 125 divided by 5. Oops, I don't know if you could see that. Plus 49. You could also do it that way because following order of operations, you would do that part first anyway. And there you go.